Good morning, everybody. It's our call to order for our June 19th regular business meeting of the Mason County Commission. We'll begin with our Pledge of Allegiance. Gordon, would you please do us the honor of leading us today?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherlands.
I'm here.
Commissioner District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
Commissioner District 3, Terry Drexler.
Here.
Excellent. Correspondence and organizational business. Correspondence, please.
John Byerly sent in comments regarding the dangerous after effect conditions of the Highway 3 Belfair widening project. Edward and Anna Hayflager sent in comments to the proposed changes in the open space agreements with Mason County citizens. The board of the Skokomish Community Church sent in comments on the Skokomish Valley Dike avulsions. Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent liquor license applications for the Marissa Ann Goodell Shining Star Scholarship, 433 East Greenway in Grapeview, and Christmas Town Kiwanis, 250 West Sanderson Way in Shelton. Washington State Department of Natural Resources sent in a letter proposing to designate a natural resource conservation area in portions of the Duwato River watershed. Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent a marijuana license for Cascade Crops, 141 West Westfield Court, Suite B in Shelton. And the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent a liquor license application for Union City Market, 5101 East State Route 106 in Union.
Thank you very much. Just a comment, when I hear that name, being from North Mason, that scholarship was put together because a beautiful young lady's life was taken early on Highway 3 going up by the Sunny Slope area, and it was one of many young lives that have been taken right there. It's an odd, horrible place that someday will probably be fixed, but I just wanted to remind everybody of her youth and how wonderful she was, Marissa. With that, my apologies. Item number 4.2, Mason County Heritage Grant Cycle. Staff, Michael McSims.
Good morning. The Mason County Commissioners and the Mason County Historic Preservation Commission are pleased to announce that applications are being accepted for the summer 2018 Mason County Heritage Grant Cycle. On behalf of the Board of County Commissioners, the Mason County Historic Preservation Commission administers the Mason County Heritage Grant Program to assist projects that promote the public's access to county history. The program is funded with a portion of document recording fees collected by the Mason County Auditor. The allocation of these fees for projects that promote historical preservation or historical programs, which may include preservation of historic documents, is authorized under RCW 3622-170. The revenues accrue to a dedicated fund and may not be used for any purpose other than those stipulated in the statute. Grants in amounts up to $5,000 may be awarded to qualified organizations for professional development, public education, small capital projects, collections management, heritage investigations, and historic preservation. This is a reimbursement grant. It is very important that organizations considering application for this grant read the grant guidelines and other details on the Mason County website. Grant applications are available on the Mason County website. Proposals can be mailed to the Mason County Historic Preservation Commission at 615 West Alder Street, Shelton, Washington, postmarked no later than July 13th, 2018. Applications may also be hand-delivered to 615 West Alder Street no later than 12 p.m. on July 13th, 2018. Questions should be directed to Michael McSims at 360-427-9670, extension 57.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Item number 4.3, County Road Chip Seal and Restriping in July and August. Staff, Jerry House.
Good morning, Board. I would like to kind of briefly paraphrase our news release that's coming out. It's that time of the year where we're doing our work out there. We're putting chip seal down and restriping the roads. We're going to begin next Monday in earnest on the chip seal program. Hopefully we will get it done during July. If not, it will spill into the first part of August as weather permits. We're going to be doing 52 miles of road throughout the county this year in chip seal, so it's going to be almost double our normal chip seal program. The Stripe Right out of Sumner is going to be doing our striping program. We stripe almost all the roads in the county every year. That will be starting the first part of July and then wrap up as we complete the chip seal program sometime in August with the second applications. This improves the night visibility for our striping and better safety out there. You may have noticed we've had the brooms out and other work being done on the roads, pre-level and stuff like that, as we get the roads in shape for our summer construction. We will be working with the Sheriff's Office to provide security and safety as we're doing this for hopefully the benefit of everybody. We're requesting that the public be aware of what's going on and anticipate delays as they encounter our work out there. For a complete list of the roads being chip sealed and restriped, you can visit the county website under What's New or call the Public Works Department, and we can provide them with a detailed list of the work.
Thank you. Item number 4.4, news release, Skokomish Valley Restoration Project. Loretta Swanson with Commissioner Drexler's quotes. Go
Good
ahead.
morning, Commissioners. Restoration efforts in the Skokomish River watershed just received a major boost with an infusion of $2.655 million in federal funds. The federal dollars will be matched with local salmon and floodplain grants aimed at advancing several important projects within the valley. The Army Corps of Engineers just released their fiscal year 2018 work plan, which includes $1.55 million to complete the design of 5 ecosystem restoration projects in the valley. The Federal Highway Administration, Western Federal Lands Division, announced approved programming of $1.6 million in improvements to the Skokomish Valley Road between Swift Creek and Vance Creek bridges. The projects bring multiple benefits by increasing habitat for endangered species, reducing flood risk, restoring an estuary of national significance, and reducing the threat of losing a primary access route serving both the valley and upper watershed. Federal Highway Administration assistance will be welcomed by valley residents tired of uncertain access in and out of the valley, observed Mason County Commissioner Terry Drexler. All of the projects are the result of tremendous collaboration between a diverse group, the Skokomish Watershed Action Team, working together to restore a healthy Skokomish watershed. The federal dollars awarded to assist projects in the Skokomish Valley prove partnerships are essential to getting work done for residents in our community. I am particularly grateful to Congressman Kilmer, leadership at the Skokomish Tribe, and members of the Skokomish Watershed Action Team for working closely with Mason County staff to seek funding for projects critical to resident safety and habitat restoration. The flooding issues valley residents face go back decades, but this funding will help ensure folks will be able to live, work, and recreate in safety while also being good stewards of our local natural resources for years to come, said Mason County Commissioner Kevin Schutte, whose district includes the Skokomish Valley. That's exciting news, Commissioners.
This is very good news.
It
It's really
is.
great to see the Federal Highway Administration, thanks to John Hustis, our county road engineer, ponying up. As people know, we really want to
Yes.
lift the road, so to speak, up in our problem area between those two bridges, the Swift Creek and Vance Creek bridges. And so this will help the design money. We'll
Yes.
pay for the design.
Absolutely. And it also would not be possible without help from the Mason Conservation District. Not to lose sight of the fact that we're on the hook for a lot of local funding match, and the Conservation District has been highly instrumental in securing lots of money for that local match. Our grants were ranked number 1 and 2 in the state, and that's no small feat. So thanks to the Conservation District as well.
Thank you, Loretta.
Thank you.
All right. Is there any other correspondence or organizational business come before us? Okay, hearing none, move on to item number 5, which is our open forum for citizens' input. This is your opportunity to speak to the commission on any item that is not on the agenda, and if it is on the agenda, we ask that you hold off and you'll give an opportunity to speak at that time. With that being said, 5 minutes per person, 15-minute time limit. Is there anybody who would like to speak to the commission on an item that is not on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move forward to item number 6, which is the adoption of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move adoption of today's agenda as presented.
And I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded for the adoption of today's agenda as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item number 7, approval of the minutes.
Mr. Chair, I move the approval of the June 4th, 2018 briefing minutes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded for the approval of the June 4th, 2018 briefing meeting minutes. Is there any other additions or subtractions?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. Item number 8 is our approval of our action agenda. All items listed under the action agenda will be read to the public, and you'll be given an opportunity to ask a question or have it removed for a separate vote. After we read these all to you, we will give you that opportunity, and if you want to take it off, you'll be given an opportunity at that time to testify. With that being said, I will read item number 8.1. Commissioner Drexler, if you will read 8.2 and 8.3, and Commissioner Schutte, if you will read 8.4 and 8.5. Item number 8.1, approval of warrants. Claims Clearing Fund, warrants number 8056962 through 8057186. Total $949,600.50. Direct Deposit Fund, warrants number 50848 through 50848 for a total of $1,901.94. Salary Clearing Fund, warrants number 7003712 through 7003713. The amount $765.21 for a total $952,267.65.
Item 8.2, approval to appoint Jeannie Robinson, Mary C. Miller, and Mike D. Mateo to the Mason County Parks and Trails Advisory Board for terms ending December 31st, 2022. 8.3, approval of the renewal of the franchise agreement between Mason County and the Port of Allen for a period of 10 years.
Mr. Chair, item 8.4, approval to set a hearing for Tuesday, July 10th, 2018 at 9:30 a.m. to consider amending the 2018 annual construction program. And item 8.5, approval to authorize the chair to sign all pertinent documents and approval for Public Works to advertise, set bid, opening date and time, award contract, and any change orders. Contract will be announced during a regular meeting of the board.
Now that these have been read to you and the public, is there anybody that has any questions that would help you decide whether to have it taken off for a separate vote? Hearing none, is there anybody who would like any item taken off for a separate vote? Commissioners, any items?
I just wanted to clarify that item 8.5, the approval of the Public Works to advertise set bids, is for project 701-4 SATSUP clown mitigation work. And this is mitigation on some work done on SATSUP clown Road, paid for through FEMA.
I didn't hear you. Could you read that one again? Thank you for the clarification, Commissioner. Is there anything further? Then I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move approval of items 8.1 through 8.5 on today's action agenda.
And I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded for the approval of the action agenda, items 8.1 through 8.5. Any further discussion or comments?
Not for me.
Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. The motion carries. Item number 9, other business, department heads, elected officials. Are there any department heads or elected officials who would like to speak? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to, we have no hearings. We'll move on to board reports and calendars. Commissioner Schutte, Jerry, if you could wait for a few minutes, please, I'd like to thank you. Almost got
You tried. Quick break.
Kevin, if you wouldn't mind leading us off, Commissioner Drexler in a second, and I will follow up.
Well, Mr. Chair, just a couple of items from last week. I had a great meeting with the commission up at PUD 1. As we heard maybe about a month and a half or 2 months ago at this point, they've been doing a lot of outreach with their customers and the new water systems that they've been able to acquire from Thurston PUD that were part of a transaction. And so we got to talk to them a little bit about that. Also got to talk a little bit about a former conversation that was happening before all of our times on the commission back in the early 2000s about sewer issues or sewering Hoodsport and some of the concerns of the business owners there as they try to comply with regulations around their septics and ultimately try to work around the geographical constraints that exist there, being stuck between a slope and the water. And so just really appreciated their time last week and know that PUD commissioners are often their praises aren't often sung, but they have a very important and sometimes challenging job. So I appreciated their time. Also attended the Mason Transit Authority audit entrance interview. So they are now going through their state audit, and we have that process underway. And I'm sure at this evening's Mason Transit Board meeting we'll get some information on that from Danette as well. But looking forward to another smooth audit for the Mason Transit Authority. Then I had a meeting with Commissioner Vicki Rains from Grays Harbor County, just talking about ways that we can partner together. As we know, sometimes it's often difficult to get results from our legislature in terms of helping counties, and so we often have to look to regional partnerships in order to make things work, and Grays Harbor is a great neighbor to us, and so I was happy to sit down and chat with her about some of their issues and ours, particularly relating to risk pool as well as their issues in their jail and juvenile services. So really good conversation there. Going forward this week, I have a meeting with, again this morning, with Mason Transit, and then Mason Transit Board this afternoon, and then I am out of town through the next week.
Okay, thank you.
So following last week's meeting, I attended the Housing Coalition meeting, which was a really great presentation by the Behavioral Health Organization about the services, on-the-ground services that they're providing. And it's great for our housing partners to be in the know on those things, because some of their clients are also the clients of the BHO, potential clients. Had the opportunity of seeing the award of each year. Green Diamond Resources has a contest, an art contest among fifth graders in the community. They have a theme of forestry, and this year's was sustainable forestry. The kids do a picture, drop a picture, and then there's a contest of the winners get to have their picture done as a billboard in 2 locations. And the kids were so excited, and there were good artwork, and I think you'll appreciate the one that was awarded. I had a meeting of the Olympic Region Clean Air Authority and the Hood Canal Coordinating Council, and then I met with the newest ARC area director for the Mason County area, and then met with Mason Transit Authority board members regarding putting together the general manager evaluation. I will also be attending the Mason Transit Authority board this afternoon, and then I have a meeting with a new member, or somebody from the state, I think Department of Social and Health Services, regarding some opening up new buprenorphine slots in Mason County, just to, the level of opioid addiction in Mason County has gotten to is high enough that we've got the state's attention that we don't have enough prescribers and access to the Suboxone, as it's commonly known as, to help people medically get off of their drug addiction. And so I understand that there's some discussion about having that in the jail. I don't know if you gentlemen have talked about that or had heard about it. And so I'm kind of concerned, because that hopefully will come along with some money, because it's a very expensive treatment. And Medicaid does not cover it once you're incarcerated, but it's a phenomenal time to help somebody get started on their recovery, because they're naturally kept away from it. But if they can start on their recovery while they're in the jail, then they can continue that once they're released, and hopefully we'll have a reduction in recidivism that's drug-induced or drug-created. I hope that we can find a way to pay for that. And then the Budget Advisory Committee will meet again on Wednesday night, and then I'm also going away for the rest of the week, but I'll be back on Monday for briefings.
Okay, attend the EDC meeting. There was an ice cream social up in North Mason in regards to working with the ARC and some other organizations with our children with disabilities to raise money up there and go over some of the different needs and desires they have. 5XL had their barbecue to raise money for feeding the animals and pets of the elderly and the homeless. It's amazing how far he's gone and how many people that man has gotten to know. He impresses me every time I see him, and what he's been able to pull off. I can't wait to see what he does next. He's one of those people that's enjoyable to watch. I attended the Olympic College graduation. Quite a few of our Mason County people. It's definitely enjoyable to watch us all moving forward. Olympic College has come a long way over the years, where we had nothing before. Now we seem to have so many that are graduating out of there, not just with associates, but bachelors as well. And kudos to them. Some great work. During that EDC meeting, there was something else that came up, and sad to announce that, in my opinion, one of the finest people representing our school districts since I've ever been an elected official, even as a board commissioner, Pat Cusack, is leaving us. And that is a real sad day, because he is a very effective representative of those kids, of that district, and he can get a whole room to jump in and get involved. I know, because he kept getting me to volunteer and get involved. He's just one of those people that I will follow anywhere when he comes and asks. It's a sad time that he's leaving us. He's going to Olympia. With that, I also attended a EDC luncheon, one of the few times I ever do that. I got to admit, that hospital puts out some good food. They have one of the finest restaurants anywhere you're going to go. It always surprises me. So, Law Library after this, Mason Transit Authority also today, Audit Committee, Legal and Voters coming up, Briefing, Food and Fellowship, North Mason Community Voice, and sadly, I am not leaving. I'm still here. So, with that being said, that's all that I have.
I did want to make another announcement. We heard earlier in our correspondence report that the Department of Natural Resources sent us notice of their attempt in their public meetings regarding establishing 1,500 acres of natural conservation resource area up in the Duato Bay area. They will have 2 public meetings, information meetings next week. Tuesday, we have a commission meeting, so we won't be able to attend. But Tuesday at 6 p.m. at the Belfair Library, and then Thursday the 28th at 6 p.m. at the Port of Duato. So folks that are interested in learning more about this, please make an effort to attend. There will be a hearing. The process for this designation is there will be a hearing later in July, and then based on the public input at the hearing, they will then present this request to the Commissioner of Public Lands, Hillary France, and she will make the final designation. So what goes along with that, please attend that meeting, and then we'll be happy to tell you.
Anything further to come before this submission? We are at the end of our agenda. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
There is no further discussion. We are adjourned.